Good morning, beautiful people. Happy Easter. Happy Sunday if you don't celebrate. It is 1:30. Oh, let me take a drink. It's 1:30 in the morning, and I titled this People Are Upset because I did a poll, and apparently a lot of people are upset about this war that's happening in Iran. I understand. Hold on, let me take a drink here. As usual, I have my collagen water. I'm gonna get started with you. But yeah, I see that people are upset about this. Let me look. Dr. Manhattan, what's good? I'm trying to do more regular streams with you guys. So, I can get, if you know, you know. I'm kind of shy. But happy Easter 504. Hey. Happy Easter, you guys. So a lot of people are upset about this war. Let me take a look at my poll. Okay. And I figured these streams are a little bit better so we can talk about it instead of me just, showing you a clip, which I am going to show you guys a clip tonight. All right. But let me look at my poll. I did a poll and I said, who's winning the war? All right. Who's winning the war in Iran? And actually, it's 50-50, you guys. I put United States and Israel. 50% of you said Israel and United States is winning the war in Iran. And the other 50% of you are saying Iran is winning. Now, I think it's too soon to tell. I did some research on it, and this is being called a permanent war as of April 2026. And Iran is saying that they're not backing down. Donald Trump is giving them an ultimatum. Iran is saying that they're not backing down. And a lot of people are feeling betrayed, I think is the word to say, by this war. All right, everything I share is for educational purposes only. It's not a long clip, you guys. I just want you to see the latest of what's happening right now, okay? Dang. Okay, I got you. Should we be winning or do you hate Trump? Are you asking me? I'll answer your question after I play this clip. I think, yeah, let me hold my thought for a second. Let me know if you can hear it.
I also want to remind you guys that there are a lot of...
Hang on, let me go on mute real fast. I'm confused on how you start a war and then tell other countries to clean up the mess he started. Okay, that's a good question. We're gonna get to it. That is a good question. No, I meant the original question. Hold on. Okay, let me get through this clip, and I'm gonna answer you guys' questions. Because some of my thoughts have changed. I'm not gonna hold you. It has. Some things have changed. All right. I'll be right back.
People in Dearborn who are sad today. So, I just don't want to comment on Khamenei at all. I don't think it's worth even touching that.
All right, so that comment was given after the Ayatollah was killed in Iran. That's Michigan's Democratic Senate candidate Abdul El-Sayed, a progressive, taking a lot of heat over that leaked audio. We had him on yesterday to explain it. Here's a bit about how that went back and forth. You know what Iran has done for almost 50 years. Why did the comment come off that way with your staff, sir?
Look, I'll tell you this. We're in the midst of a war. We don't need to be fighting. It's illegal. It's immoral. It's using our tax dollars to raise our gas prices from a MAGA-backed movement that told us that they would never get us into another foreign entanglement. And here we are. And I just want to remind you that most people in the city of Dearborn and Dearborn Heights are not Arab American. They are white. And they're worried, just like I am. They're saddened by the fact that their tax prices go up and they are watching their gas prices go up with it, all to fight a war that we shouldn't really be a part of.
Reaction now. Noah Rothman, senior writer, National Review. Noah, good morning to you. I look back at the last 4 presidential elections in a battleground state of Michigan. The average difference was 1.85 percentage points. it's still that really close. And he's betting that the progressive left lane in Michigan wins now with that approach. How do you see it, Noah?
Yeah, that's what he needs in order to win the primary race, which is very tight. It's a three-way race between Democrats, split just about down the thirds. And he needs to break out. And in order to break out, he needs to appeal to the progressive activist class. That's his contention. And he seems to think that doing so requires him to express or at least share what he believes to be sadness on the part of particularly the activists in Michigan's 12th district, Rashida Tlaib's district, which is where Dearborn, Michigan is. The spin that he gave you on your program yesterday is just positively laughable. What the Washington Free Beacon reported subsequent in those comments was that he was going to pivot to the Epstein files because, this is just a distraction of the Epstein files, right? Because all the progressives know that that's gracing the headlines. I don't know what world they live in where that is top of mind for Americans, much less progressive activist voters. But that's where he landed on. And now he's pivoting to, well, they just really don't like regime change wars, because everybody can remember the outpouring of enthusiasm or hostility rather to the Venezuela raid that nabbed Nicolas Maduro, right? No, you can't. And maybe the constituents are frustrated with America's intervention abroad broadly. Maybe they are. Or maybe this candidate just is. And he's projecting his own hostilities and frustrations onto these voters. I think what you saw was an expression of Saeed's hostility.
I believe he believes what he was saying. I guess the argument I'm making is that I don't know if he can win with that sort of approach in Michigan. Meanwhile, in California, you got a really interesting primary shaping up there, okay? There are at least 10 candidates. Most of them are Democrats. But apparently they're getting a bit uneasy about the outcome. Here's what a Democratic strategist is saying about the Golden State. He's saying, we know there's risk ahead, a 15% chance of calamity. It's not a 15% chance of stubbing your toe. It's a 15% chance of losing the governorship, losing the down ballot races. That's according to Paul Mitchell, who's a strategist looking at that state. Steve Hilton's fighting for on the Republican side. How do you see this today? Could it go to the red team?
There's a real possibility that this blanket primary, in which all candidates compete for these nominations, end up nominating two Republicans because the Democratic vote is so broken up over all those candidates you see there. This is the problem with blanket primaries, which were supposed to be an antidote to partisan primary politics. But if you have a sought-after race in a dark blue state, you can have eventualities in which unrepresentative candidates, like two Republicans vying for the California governorship, end up emerging at the top of the ticket. It would be very fun to watch from my perspective, but it would produce results that are unrepresentative of what California voters typically want. And that's part of the problem with introducing ever more democracy into the primary process. The parties used to be controlling their own destinies. They used to be able to select candidates that were reflective of their ideological proclivities and their policy positions, and they handed ever more control to voters. And this is what you get. You get voters that may not necessarily reflect the desires of the parties. Democracy used to happen outside the parties, not inside them. Increasingly, we see these results as you introduce ever more majoritarianism into the process. Okay, we'll see where it goes. Top two advance. It would be interesting. And maybe like the thing to watch, maybe, in that election. Thank you, Noah. Nice to have you back.
Okay, I'm back. I think I don't know if 504 Girl is still here, but I see what you guys are saying. I see what you guys are saying about the cost of the war. I think a lot of people are upset because what's good, Daquan, they don't really understand what is happening. I found it interesting that this Democratic, congressman got caught saying what he's saying. Now, some of you are saying that the United States started the war. Okay, we did launch the first attack over with Israel, but people aren't remembering exactly what happened, and now they're painting Iran as this friendly country that loved the United States. And I don't know why people are not really being honest about the relationship with Iran. The tensions with Iran has been rising for a long time, and it's been a hostile relationship. I have to stand by the fact that I do not want to see Iran build these nuclear facilities. And Donald Trump has asked them to stop with their program. They refuse. He's tried to negotiate and they refuse. What did you say? Where does he get 2 trillion from war? Where does he get 2 trillion from war, but food, gas, housing, healthcare, etc.? Okay, so here's my thing with that 504 girl. Now, I'm not here to defend anyone. I'm just here to have a conversation because a lot of you are calling me Trumper and all that kind of stuff. No, it's not about that. But the cost of food has been up since the Biden administration. We've spoken about that before. This isn't a new thing with Donald Trump. Now, yes, gas. I'm in California. I think Doc is in California too. The cost of gas right now is over $6 here. I'm not happy about that either. But we all have to make some sacrifices with this war, and that's just what's going to happen. The entire world has turned on us except Israel. Well, I wouldn't say the entire world, but wait, you think? What do you mean? I think about what? What are you talking about? I'm just asking questions, and don't make me source that food situation for you again. Oh. No, I know that you're just asking questions, 504 girl, and I don't need the source. But the food has been lower in California. I live in California. Well, okay. Oh, I know you're in Cali, Doc. You know I'm not used to these kind of streams where I'm talking to you guys and I'm not running a clip. So you're gonna have to give me a little grace, okay? You're gonna have to give me a little grace, you guys. This is different for me, but until I get my channel back in good standing and you guys stop flagging my videos, I gotta stop with the flagging my videos. Gotta stop because it's just tiring to fight them all. So we're gonna be over here for a little bit. The gas prices over here jumped $2. Without doxing yourself, where's over here? People voted for Donald Trump for a few reasons. I'm Cali through and through. I know you're Cali, Doc. We're in Cali. You understand? The gas prices, they're high. They're high. You're in Texas. Okay, Texas. I like Texas. I'm not happy about the gas prices either. Again, it's $6 where I am in Southern California. It's over $6. And, for those of us that use premium gas, it's not fun. But at the end of the day, I understand what's happening over in Iran. Israel did escalate the attack by bombing their gas sources about a week ago over in Iran. They didn't run that by Donald Trump. I think that now this is my opinion, but I don't really think that the United States meant to be in war this long. But the tensions are so high, and Iran is not backing down, especially after their leader has been unalived over there. And Iran's not backing down. It's too early to say who's actually winning, but we have definitely it's just too early to say. And I would like to see this end, just like everybody else. But the reason why people voted for Donald Trump, oh, thank you, Doc. We're going to highlight that comment. The reason why people voted for Donald Trump is because he spoke about closing the borders. He spoke, people are remembering how he handled the economy his first term, hoping for him to do that again. But mostly it was the protected borders. We do not want open borders in the United States. Okay, you guys talk about the cost of things. That's rising the cost of stuff because it takes a toll on the American economy, and I stand by that. We didn't want men playing in women's sports, and the Biden-Harris administration was talking about the American people paying for gender reassignment surgeries, for people in prison, and other ridiculous things that the American people don't need to pay for. So a lot of people are saying that a lot of people, but it's fake news media saying that people have a lot of voters remorse. The people that support Donald Trump still support Donald Trump. True conservatives still support Donald Trump because they understand what needed to be done in this country, and we would like to see a strong economy. We don't want open borders. We want voter ID. My eyes are blue. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I like blue eyes. I'm right in Texas as well. I knew that. I wasn't gonna say anything, but people, what are you gonna say? People, oh shoot, my computer can y'all still see me? People, we just need to forget about the gas going to $1.75. If gas goes down, the people in the refineries is not going to make any money. So gas needs to be $2.75, $3. I haven't seen gas that low, but I'm in California. You're not sidetracking, Doc. You're not sidetracking at all. If gas prices are not higher than $2.75, then refineries will go out of business. Well, we know that the gas is probably going to go up with the war. We know that. Especially since we can't get... I mean... but... So people are upset, and there's just a lot of things that's happening. I think that people are... If this war goes on, it might affect the outcome of midterms. I'm hoping that Republicans can pull through, that conservatives can pull through, but this is not a Republican and Democrat thing. We're all experiencing this together, regardless of what side of the fence that you're on. We're all experiencing this together. If you don't like gas prices, if you don't like gas prices, get you an electric car. Elon Musk will win in this war. He did not spend $1 billion. Lord, not Elon Musk. Hexel said that the United States will be taking all land of the equator today. Hexel. If the gas will be $4 everyone for gas tax. I mean, I'm okay. So even though gas is $6 out here, I gotta drive. I just do what I have to do. But I do feel sorry for the people that can't afford gas and they can't afford really to get back and forth to work. I feel sorry. But you know, I live in California and I know that things are gonna cost a lot here regardless. So I just deal with it. I just do. Y'all know, sometimes I want to read you guys my emails. I want to read you guys my emails because I have so many people with the whole misunderstood. I used to support you. I supported you for years, and then you started talking about politics, and I knew I found I could read the email for you, but no, that would be a little wrong of me. I get tempted there. I get tempted, but I don't really know what to tell you guys about that. I'm sorry if my political, I think that it's wrong to say that, oh, if you're Republican, I'm not going to support you anymore. I don't really think you need to say that. I really think that it's better to just not support the person you don't want to support. I don't need an announcement. I don't need a letter. I don't need an email. Just part ways. That's where I am so far. So that way, when I check my emails, I can feel happy to check my emails because a lot of you send me encouraging emails. You send me a lot of love, and I appreciate you guys for doing that. And the rest of you want me to grab a tissue and cry with you, and we're just not going to do it. If 504 girl and I can stay friends amongst everything, then I think the rest of you should be okay. I live in this country as well, and Donald Trump, we had two candidates. We had Trump and we had Harris. For me, it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. But no one wants to talk about the positive things that Donald Trump is doing. I don't think anyone is happy about the war. Now, as a Democrat was saying, this is not a distraction from the Epstein files. Now, I did speak about the Epstein files. There's a lot of things that's going on with the Epstein files. Donald Trump did make a statement and say that Bondi was not fired because of the Epstein files. I don't know what to believe as far as that goes, but her handling of things is why she was reassigned to a different position. As far as the war goes, you guys, we're here. We're here, and I really do feel that it was bound to happen. Israel is our ally, and we know that we're going to protect our allies. I have my thoughts about that, but I stand with the United States, and I have problems with people that are in my comment section wishing for 504. Try not to look at the chat. Wishing for Iran to win, because some people want Iran to win so bad, just like so they could talk about people that voted for Donald Trump, just so they could say, yeah, like, I got you. You're not going to have an I got you moment, because conservatives are going to vote conservative every time if they're too conservative. They just are. And that's just how it is. We're never going to vote for open borders. We're not going to vote for the things that they were trying to pass. And that's just a fact. If Well, I hope that people know after this war, when or if it does end, we'll still have to fix the country back up. Chris, but we have to fix the country up anyway. And we have to do our part. I think that it's really important. I keep saying I think. It is really important to get to know your local representatives. The state enforces the law where you live. So everybody has a responsibility. And some people are getting to the point where they don't want to vote. I hear it all the time. People don't want to vote for the president. They don't want to vote. They don't want to participate. They just want to sit back and complain. So it is important to be involved. Tell me one positive thing that Donald Trump has done. We have the Trump accounts. I talk about it all the time. He has cleaned up states that were ridden with crime. He has the Trump accounts people don't like to talk about, lowering the cost of prescription drugs with Trump RX. I'm not crazy about the name, but it is what it is. I'm more excited about what it's going to do. And a lot of people sit back and complain about Donald Trump, but you would complain even, not you, girl, even if Donald Trump did everything like how the Democrats would want, people are still going to complain about Donald Trump just because it's Donald Trump. Donald Trump closes the border. Obama started to protect the borders with Tom Homan, and no one complained about President Obama, former President Obama, who has deported more illegal immigrants than Donald Trump. Okay? So some people are just going to complain about Donald Trump no matter what he does. I'm enjoying my water, by the way. So, did I give you the one positive thing? No, if you flip liberal on me, I still rock with you. Oh, Doc, those are fighting words, my friend. I'd rather you call me a Democrat than that, but it is what it is. Are we still friends, you guys? Listen, I love people and I love you guys too much to break up any relationship over your political affiliations. But we have a lot of work to do in this country. We have a lot of work to do amongst ourselves, and that's just where we are. Donald Trump has been in office a little over a year, and he's gotten a lot done within that year. Do you feel that the country is more divided, or is it coming together? You guys, what do you think? You know what gives me hope is when I look at my community posts and I see your participation and I see the things that you say, and I know that some people have a strong sense of patriotism. I think that's the word. And that gives me hope because I joined the military to fight for this country, and I'm not going to stop now. I'm going to stop now. Where are you guys at? It's very divided. You feel that it's divided. Do you feel it's divided because of politics, or do you think that our race relations have gotten worse? How is it divided? Can you say, how are they fighting worse? I didn't say you were, but I guess. Yes, I joined the military. Thank you so much, him. When I joined the military, I didn't do it for the GI Bill, although that's nice. I didn't do it for any other reason besides I wanted to serve my country. I've always loved this country. There's good and bad in every country, but what I do notice is that other countries have a strong sense of national pride. I would like to see that in the United States, but some things that I see people complaining about, people are dying to come to the United States, and we live in this country. I do still believe it's the land of opportunity. There's nothing holding you back from succeeding. Nothing. You just got to get out there and do it. Doc, you're good, but we all know I'm not going to be liberal ever. That is not going to happen ever, ever, ever. Like, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. I hold back my comments on liberals because I want everybody to feel comfortable in my chat. What branch did I serve? I was in the Navy. Right after I got out of the Navy, I would have stayed in, but I wanted to go to college, and then I started a business, and I just started having kids because since I was on a ship, you can't have custody of your kids on ship. Wait, did I have my? No, I'm wrong. I didn't have kids yet, but I wanted to have kids. And I was on a ship, and so I decided to just get out and go to college and those kind of things, and then have my baby because you can't have your child on a ship, so that's complicated. But yep, I was in the Navy. Stationed in San Diego. I loved it. That's what brought me out to California originally. And once I got out here, I just stayed. Yeah. So yeah, so I don't know. On a side note, you guys, I think that regardless of, I just did the basic term. I got out as soon as my term is over. So regardless of what's going on, you guys, I still think that I think that people right now are just scared because they don't really know what's happening, and they're just nervous, and they're watching a lot of things on the news, and not everything that you see is real. So you really have to be careful what you're listening to. So I'm really careful about news sources and all those things. Stationed in my hometown, San Diego. Are you in San Diego, Doc? Or are you farther away? I'm so goofy. Let me drop a link in case any of you want to talk to me. But I think that how do I do it again? So let me tell you guys this. I come live almost every day, not quite, I would say 5 to 6 days a week. I come live. And so far, no one has been able to really challenge me. No one has really been able to tell me what they don't like about Donald Trump, backed with facts. All right. I get your emotions. I get your video clips. But there's been nothing solid. How you doing, Inoki? How are you? There's been nothing solid about what you guys are saying at all. People tell me they don't like Donald Trump because he's a Pedialyte. You know what I mean by that word. Good morning. Happy Sunday. They don't have any proof of that. They say that he's done all these things to children. That's a lie. It's just a lie. He doesn't like this country. None of these things. I mean, no one can really come up here and with facts and say what Donald Trump has done against this country. Right now, I get the war. People don't like the war, and that part I can understand. I'm not necessarily on board with you guys with the war, because the thought of Iran, for me, having nuclear weapons is just no. Any country that has posed a threat to the United States, and their leader was unalive because he was trying to we took out the leader. He wanted to build long-range missiles. We don't want long-range missiles. We don't want them to have nuclear weapons. And that's just how it is. Now, some of you are talking about the United States having nuclear weapons and all these other things. And again, if you have posed a threat to the United States and our national security, the United States has to do what it has to do. Trump is too transactional to be president. Pills, hey, good to see you, Pills. How are you? Pills, are you conservative? I have a question. Drop the link. Oh, okay. Oh, Lord. All right. Bear with me because here it is. Sure, 504 girl, always. You know, I'm here to talk with you guys. Shout out to Pills. Subscribe to Pills. Barry. Oh, he doesn't do political news, but he's still a good time. He's fun. Trump is too transactional. How is Donald Trump too transactional to be president? Huh? Why is there tying Trump up with the Bible? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Chris. Why is there tying Trump up with the Bible? Can you explain? I don't know what you mean by that. You guys. Hey. I forgot to.
Hey,
Hey, girlie. How
and
are
what was
you?
that old Lord? Hey, I'm okay. And what was that old Lord for?
I let that slip out. I'm always that was not, I'm always happy to talk to you.
Talking about old Lord.
Because you know why? Because sometimes you can, you know, because I know that, you know, I just never know where this conversation is going to go. I never know.
Okay, so I have a question, and I'm not sure if you answered it, and I put it back in the chat again because I did step away for a second.
Okay.
What was the actual direct threat to the U.S. that started all of this? Because from what I understand and from what I've been reading and listening to you in your streams, as well as other people, this, if it was not a direct threat to us and it was not approved on by Congress for us to even go to war due to the fact of it being a direct threat to us at that moment, that this war should have never even been started. So can you tell me what was the direct actual threat in the moment
Iran
that
is threatening
caused
the
us
United
to go to
States
war?
by proxy. Iran is threatening the United States. Donald Trump has tried to negotiate with them to stop their nuclear programs, and they refuse. He's tried to negotiate, and Iran has attacked the United States through Houthis and other terrorist groups. So to say that Iran has not did anything to the United States, yes, the United States threw the missile first with Israel, but they have been a threat to the United States, and that is a direct threat. If you're attacking us through terrorist groups, then that's still attacking the United States, even if it's not. They
Okay,
this
so
the relationship with Iran has been deteriorating for a while. So
okay,
I
so so this goes back to my initial question because like you just said,
Mhm.
these relationships have been deteriorating for a while, right? So that means under previous administrations as well, according to what you just said, these relationships have already been deteriorating, correct?
I'm just wondering where you're going with this. I'm listening.
That's a yes or no question, Nikki.
It's not a yes no question. I'm just waiting for you
Yes,
to
it
understand.
is. It is a yes or no
Listen,
question based
so
off what you
they've been
just
attacking our
said.
facilities in the
Based
Gulf.
off
They've
what
been attacking
based
our
on what
spots, and
you
they've been
just
fighting
said.
our local officials. So they've
Based
already
on what
the United
based
States
on what
on the
you
war.
just said, Nikki, it's a yes or no question.
Ask the question
You
again.
based on you're just saying that these relationships are strained
There.
and they're deteriorating, right? That
Hmm.
means that these same relationships have been deteriorating for years, even under previous administrations, correct?
I would say it's been deteriorating throughout the years. Sure.
Okay, so if these relationships, as you say, have been deteriorating and have been strained for years, why was it never considered a direct, quote unquote, actual direct threat to us present day that a war was never started?
Listen, we're here now. How you doing, Will Trump said? It's good seeing you. We're here now. We're here now. They've been
I'm asking, I need some clarity, and who else to get it from than you?
you gotta let me answer. Okay. They've attacked our vessels in the Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz, and they have attacked us through their because we had weak leadership. Oh, that's what Trump said. So they have been attacking, and this is just Donald Trump has proven to do things that should have been done a long time ago. We see that with Maduro, and we see that with other actions that he's done. So yes, it's been deteriorating, but Donald Trump is known for, hey, I'm tired of this happening. Let's speed this up.
So, in other words, he wanted to, quote unquote, let his balls drop, and now
I
he
know,
done got
I
us in
know.
a war.
No, that's not it. That's not it. But again, Donald Trump has always been America first, protecting our national. Why is my camera off? Protecting our national security and doing what he needs to do for the American people. And it seems to me as if people have a problem with it. But if this would have happened during the Biden administration, no one would have had a problem. They would just go right
Well,
along
no,
with
I'd
it.
have had a problem regardless because I don't agree with war, period. So it doesn't matter what administration would have been under. If it
But
still would have been done under these pretenses, that I'm still asking you, what was the actual direct threat to us that day he decided to start this mess?
asked and answered. They would not. Donald Trump has
You went around in a circle. You never gave me a definitive answer,
not
baby.
around in a circle, but Donald Trump has said that he wanted them um, to stop their nuclear weapon programming, not to stop building these facilities to have nuclear weapons and not build long-range missiles, and they refused to do so.
Okay, so just
So,
because they said no,
what
but
I'm
they've
getting,
been saying, wait, hold on, I got a question.
no,
I
I
got a
think you
question.
asked your question, and
No, no,
I think
no.
the
Seriously, I got a
problem
question.
is
I got a question. So you're saying that this is all done because they said no, right?
no, that's not the only reason. I've given you one reason. I've given you a
Okay,
major reason,
so
and I told you, and because they refuse to go along with it because they insist on these nuclear weapons, that was just no. Donald Trump is
okay,
not negotiate with
okay,
that
wait,
from.
wait, 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 wait.
What I'm not
So
understanding is
so how long they
how.
been saying no?
Listen, I'm not about to go along with how long they've been saying no.
No,
They
Nikki,
said
I'm asking valid questions here.
no, you're not. I think that you
Yes, I
really
am. I'm asking a valid question.
don't, and I'm not
How
really understanding.
long has these other
Why
countries been
so-
saying no?
What other countries? Are we talking about a country besides Iran?
Any country that has mass nuclear weapons. How many
Well,
years
we
have
know
any of
that
those countries been saying no?
we know. Well, right now we're talking about Iran. They have
Okay,
their
well, all right, you want to stay on Iran? Okay, let's stay on Iran.
we're
How
talking about.
long has Iran been saying no?
Well, we almost came out. We almost worked something out. So I'm not about to get into logistics of how long they've been saying no. They've been saying no for a while. But the thing is, we almost had a peaceful deal, but here we are today. So can we stay on what's happening right now?
But that's part of the question. I'm trying to understand, why is it an issue now if they've been saying no for years?
It is an issue now. Um, especially it is an issue now for a girl. So if you want me to do a regular stream on the history of the United States and Iran, I could do that for you. But regardless of what I say, you're gonna argue with me anyway. You're not really
Nikki,
trying to
I'm not
understand.
arguing with you. I'm asking you an honest
Are.
question.
No, but I already answered that question, and then you come with the same question just in a different way, and I feel
Because
like
okay,
no, it's because right now
because
you're doing, and
because I'm not understanding your
you
definitive
already said that
answer.
you don't like war. You already said that. Here we are today. I already told you that it's about these nuclear weapons, regardless of what everybody else is talking about, and everything escalated. So here we are. Israel
Nikki,
doesn't want to have nuclear
Nikki,
weapons. The United States doesn't want
Nikki,
to have nuclear weapons.
Nikki, you're the one that's getting upset.
I'm
I'm
not
not upset.
escalating.
I'm
I'm
trying to
not
get clarity.
escalating. And I've clarified it.
No, I still don't have a definitive answer. That's why I keep asking the question, because to me, to me, you're talking in circles and you're getting upset when I'm
I'm
just
not
trying to
talking
get a
in
definitive
circles. I
answer.
am not talking in. Well, thank you, Ham. I appreciate you. I'm not talking in circles, and I'm not upset with you. But I feel like you want me to give an answer other than what I've said already.
Okay, so let's move on to my next question then. My next question is, and I haven't seen you talk about this. The people who have been on trial for Doge. You know, the ones that had no experience whatsoever in dealing with federal funding or any knowledge of research or anything. The ones that went solely off Chat GPT, to make decisions on what programs should have been cut, what funding needed to be cut? Can we do a live about that? Or can you give me your opinions on that?
You want, if I do a live on it, you have to be really specific. You'd want me to talk about everyone that's on trial?
I'm talking about Doge. Excuse me, Mr. Trump said, I'm not ignorant.
I didn't call you
Let's
anything.
start there.
Oh, okay. I didn't call you out your name.
Not you. Not you. I'm talking to the person in the chat that's down there being highly disrespectful. Telling me you understand that shit. Now shut the fuck up. I answered your ignorant ass. Now you want to move on. Sir, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, what
I'm asking Nicole a question.
Everything he's saying is facts there, right there. But I wasn't looking at the chat.
Because I'm asking her a question for my own personal clarification, I have to be called ignorant. I'm not ignorant, sir.
Let's have a peaceful conversation. There's no need to get upset for a girl. With me, but I because these topics get a lot of people upset. I try my best to kind of keep things really simplified and easy. And so, to answer your first question, I stand by what I said. Donald Trump has spoken about these nuclear weapons, and because of our history with Iran and the threat to the United States, I just feel that me answering a question like that just wasn't really enough for you. But that was the gist of it. That's what it was about. Now, I understand you saying that, hey, they had this, if this has been
Let me get
on,
out this chat, because if I don't get out this chat, then I'm gonna end up really going off.
I'm not looking at chat. You'll as long as you don't block my chat. I mean, you curse them out all you want to and do all this stuff. I don't care. I'm not looking at chat like that. I'm not looking at the chat because I'm focusing on you. So I apologize if you were offended by something in my chat, because at the end of the day, I'm hoping we're still friends. So that's just it. And I think it's important to realize the attacks that has been on the troops, not allowing our although we don't get our oil from Iran, but still to attack the ships from going through the Strait of Hormuz, and by using groups like Houthis, and then let's also remember Hezbollah. Iran uses groups to attack. It's the same thing if they're using a terrorist group to attack the United States by proxy, or they're attacking the United States themselves. So my issue with people is talking about this war, and oh, this is so horrible. Yes, war is horrible, but sometimes it's necessary. And that's the part that when I'm listening to people's commentary, and they're talking about they're talking about Iran as if they're this friendly group that loves the United States. They've spoken about death to America, and people know the truth, but because of their dislike for Donald Trump, they're ignoring it. How you doing? Breathe. No, table. Breathe. Okay, so I'm breathing. I love 504 Girl, but I do.
Okay, wait. Hold on, Nikki. Let me prove my point.
Lord, what?
To the ignorant fuck in the chat who's trying to call me ignorant, based on your comment.
Are you talking to me, or you talking to
Based on your comment, you just proved my point. This has been going on for years.
I gotta plug up my my computer. If I die, I'll be right back, because my dog chewed up my power cord. Sorry.
Oh, Jesus, Penitasia.
God. Yeah, she's tripping. She chewed up my cord. But go ahead. I just gotta find my spare.
So real Trump said, and I'm listen, you know what? I'm not gonna call you out your name, because you're entitled to believe what you want to believe, and I'm entitled to my opinion as well. I never once disrespected you for you to call me ignorant and all this other stuff in this chat. But based off your comments that you just put in the chat yourself about Iran, you just proved my point. This has been going on for years. According to your own statement, you have since 1979. So what is the direct threat now that caused us to go to war?
The direct
Was
threat is
my
they going
question.
after a nuclear
That
weapon.
was my question. No, the person, the real Trump said, put stuff in the chat. He
Oh, yeah.
said it goes back to 1979. So if it goes back to 1979, you just actually proved my point.
I think you gotta relax a little bit and just breathe, like Soul Fight was saying.
I'm just saying he just literally proved my point. My point was this has been going on already for years. So what is the difference now? That was my initial question.
Just because something's been going on for a while and Iran has escalated their attacks against the United States.
The real Trump said you can't talking about it doesn't go back to years when based on your own statement you put in the chat. It goes back to at least 1979.
I think you and Joe are working it
Okay,
out.
so if you're saying it goes back thousands of years, again, what is the difference now? And you see, I literally just said I was not going to keep calling you out your name, but you steadily calling me out of mine, you stupid fuck.
Well, I know how 504 girl is, so what's good, just my thoughts. So I'm not, I mean, I know how she is, so Will Trump
See,
said
even when I
same
took a
way.
step back, see, I even apologized, and I'm still getting called names in the chat.
I think that it's
We
hot
had
tonight.
enough. We should have been had enough. If that's the case, sir, ma'am, we should have been had enough. Again, what makes now the time for us to have enough? Hey, my soul. Hey, Mr. William.
So I don't censor people. 504 girl knows I don't censor people. I have a mod in the chat. My mod can handle the chat. Everybody's welcome here. I hold myself back a lot. I think that I could sit up here and talk to you guys all day. I do miss just playing clips for you guys instead of having conversations, but we're past that. I could talk to you guys now. Listen, this is where 504 girl is. She is, I don't know if she's Democrat or I don't know her background, but do I disagree with her? I feel
Okay, so the real Trump said that means every single Republican and every single Democratic president we have had was weak leadership.
listen.
Because based on what you're saying, wait, Nikki, I'm asking him a question. Because he said it's because we had weak leadership. So if that's the case, then that means every single Republican president and every single Democratic president have been weak. Your
I need to
words,
get
not
water.
mine.
Can I leave for a second to get some water? You gonna be good for a second? Like as far as me
Your
leaving?
words, sir, not mine. Go ahead,
I'll be
baby,
right
get
back.
your water.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Go ahead. You know I got you. I'm not stuck on stupid. I'm challenging what you're putting in the chat on your own words, sir, ma'am, because I don't know which one you are. Everyone but Reagan. So yeah, okay. So every one of them, all the Republican presidents and all the Democratic Republicans were stuck on stupid. Okay. I just want to make sure, if you're going to say that we had weak leadership, that is across the board on both sides, left and right, that we had weak leadership. Anyway, how y'all doing down there in the chat tonight? I came up to ask one simple question. One. No, you've been stuck on stupid because I just blasted you based on your own thought process in the chat, sir, ma'am. So left and right side had weak leadership up until now. Okay. If that's what you want to keep thinking. Good morning, Claude. How are you? It don't have anything to do with the word police. It's going on specifically the statement that you made in the chat that I challenged you on, and now I have to be ignorant and all this other stuff. Hi, everybody coming in. Welcome to the chat. ACK, that's exactly what I'm saying. Not attacking, not going to war does not make somebody weak. The real Trump said, I've already challenged what you said and you've already given me your answer. And I still am asking the same question, which according to you is because we had weak leadership on the left side and the right side up until now. That even though this has been going on for years, all of a sudden out the blue now, because we have somebody who wants to, as you say, quote unquote, tired of it, wants to challenge it, then it's okay. Him, I have no idea. At this point, him, I'm confused. Because last time I checked, this country was a melting pot of immigrants, including Trump's own family. And all of a sudden now we have an issue with all immigrants in this country. I'm confused. You said years, the real Trump said. You said Iran started in around 1979. That was your words in the chat, not mine. So if we go back to 1979, sir, ma'am, my question still remains, if it's been a problem since then, why is it okay to act on it now? I don't care if it was one example or if it was 50 examples. You gave about 4 or 5 different time frames up in your comment. So all you did was prove my point of my question.
Okay, I missed something. Thank you, 504 girl. Are you guys still okay?
So fight, I'm saying sir, ma'am, because I don't know if it's a he or a she. So I don't want to be disrespectful. So I'm saying sir, ma'am, because I don't know. Okay, so can we No, my comprehension skill is not on a 3rd grade level. Apparently, yours must be on a kindergarten level if you put in the year that you wanted to put in, which was 1979. Right. And based on your example, you proved my point of if this has been an issue for years, why all of a sudden is this an issue now? And according to you, it's because we have had weak leadership, which made me ask you, sir, ma'am, was it every Republican and every Democrat that made us weak? And you said yes.
Good morning, Claude. So good night, or / morning, so fight.
Okay, Nikki, highlight ACK 574. And can
That
you,
one?
yes, that one. Can you give me your thoughts on this?
We're attacked in the middle of negotiations. We started this. There was no imminent threat at the moment. There was a threat. So Iran attacked Israel through proxy, right? So the United States is an ally. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible, right? To not overcomplicate it. Not that you guys are dumb, but just for the sake of the time. The United States is an ally of Israel. So the United States is going to help Israel against Iran because we're allies. It's like if you got a best friend and you watch your best friend getting beat up, and you're not going to step in and help your best friend. We have an ally with Israel. We're allies with Israel. Iran has attacked Israel, and they attacked Israel first in this situation.
Okay.
Hold on, let me finish. Hold on. You asked me a question, so you gotta let me answer before I go. Thank you. I'm surprised she didn't go off for me, but so here we are today. Now, as Iran is attacking Israel, the United States step in, they're also asking, hey, what's with these nuclear weapons? And if you guys look at my community wall, I post things in detail about the negotiations, where it started, what administration, Obama, has helped support and fund some of these programmings. That stuff is on my community wall if you guys can look at it. But as of today, Donald Trump has tried to de-escalate the situation, but Iran refused. They refused all the negotiations. So Donald Trump came and said, hey, if this doesn't happen by this time, this is what's going to happen next. And here we are today. Good morning, Kaiser.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Okay, so let me get this right.
You told me to answer that question in chat. You told me to answer the question.
Right. So I'm trying to get the clarity.
You're not trying to get clarity. You're trying to dispute
I
what
am
I'm saying.
no. I'm trying to get clarity. Like for real, I'm trying to get clarity.
Okay, we'll see about that.
So we jumped in a fight to help our friend, right?
We did okay, but we've already been having problems.
Okay, wait. You didn't let me finish. Wait. So we jumped in a fight to help our friend fight, right? Okay, I completely understand that part. Let's say if it was me and you.
What?
All right, let me use me and you as an example. Wait, let me finish. Let me use me and you as an example. Let me use me and you as an example.
I'm gonna go on mute, and then when you're ready for me,
okay. So
take your time. Take your time.
Okay, so I want to get this right. So let's say you're in a fight, right? And I jump in the fight, right? To help you in the fight. What threat does the person fighting you have against me?
Okay, I said that as an example, but it's deeper than that. We have been in conflict with Iran for a while. Yes, but Iran decided to attack Israel. It wasn't as if we had this peaceful relationship with them. Okay, So I just use that as a simplified explanation, but we've already been in conflict with Iran. They've already been attacking American ships. I spoke about the Gulf. I spoke about instances, and they attack through Houthis and other terrorist groups. So they can sit back and say, hey, it wasn't me. But these groups are run by and funded by Iran. So they still attack. I don't care if it's a military base. I don't care if it, I don't care. It's still attack the United States. Yes, we joined.
Was it an imminent threat?
We joined. Yes, it was 504 girl.
What was the direct imminent threat to us?
No matter how many times you ask me the question, no matter how many
because
times,
you still haven't told me what was the direct imminent threat to
right
us.
now, I don't really understand why you're not. Let me tone it down.
Because you still haven't told me what was the direct imminent threat to us. The threat was to Israel, not to us.
Listen, we've been
yes or no? Did they tell us, oh, we're fighting with Israel, but we're gonna bomb y'all at the same time?
The threat are the nuclear weapons. The threat is
they say that did they threaten us to hit us with a nuclear weapon while they were fighting with Israel?
So we
yes or no?
No, yes, they've been
okay. So there was no imminent threat.
So
there was no imminent threat.
What you're not gonna do is put words in my mouth. You're not gonna put words in my mouth. And for some reason,
how am I putting words in your mouth? And I asked you yes or no, and you said no.
I really don't even understand what's wrong with you because I've answered your question. I've answered your question, and what you're trying to do is be.
Oh my God, Nikki! I asked you a yes or no question just now, and you said no.
I answered your question. So you want to fight with people in the chat? You want to fight with me up here because you don't like my answer? I can't help you.
Oh my God!
So you're gonna have to get out your feelings. You're gonna have to get out your feelings and tone it down a bit. That's what you need to do. So we can.
So now because you answered my question, actually answered my question.
No, I've already.
Because now you finally answered my question.
Listen, I'm not about to talk over you.
Me out my name this entire time.
I've already said. Because you're stuck on this, oh, what was the threat? Listen, you're going to believe what you're going to believe. But like I said before, we don't want Iran to have nuclear weapons. They've already been a threat to the United States, and that is an imminent threat since you're stuck on that word. Because what do? You wait for them to bomb the United States before you respond, or do you act? Now, that's why we have intelligence over there, and we have the best intelligence in the world. Israel.
So it was okay for us to bomb them first.
Why are you not letting me?
So it was okay for us to bomb them first when they weren't an imminent threat to us.
With you because you're not going to understand it, and for some reason you have this vision of the United States that everything that we do is wrong over here. But let me tell you something: I'm not against the war that's happening right now. Anything to protect our country is what we're going to do. People that don't like it can continue to cry like what you're doing right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Anybody can come up. We're just having a conversation. I dropped the link already. Anybody can come up. Now listen, powerful girl. I think that.
Thank you for my answer. Finally,
you already had your answer, but for some reason,
because I came up and I asked you a yes or no question from the jump. I asked you a yes or no question from the jump.
A yes or no question when I want to give an explanation. That's what you're not going to do.
Girl, yes or no. Girl, you literally just said no.
I already answered it.
You said no. You can stop snapping at me, Nikki, because I'm not upset with you.
Snapping at you. I was not snapping at you.
I'm literally looking at you on the screen and you telling me you're not snapping at me.
I was about to say something to the chat and you completely cut me off.
Oh my God. You're literally snapping your fingers at the screen at me, telling me that you're not snapping at me.
I think the problem is that you want to fight with Emu, and if you wanted to come up here and fight with Emu, you should have just said that. You should have just been like, Emu, I'm going to come up.
I didn't come up here to fight at all.
That's all you had to say. That's it.
I didn't come up to fight at all.
I think
I'm trying to figure out why you snapping at me, friend.
No. I think that the problem is
Why you snapping at me, friend?
nobody snapped at you. Nobody snapped at you. If I happen to
You
snap my
snapping at the screen. You snapping at me. I'm looking directly at you.
I'm just snapping my finger if I were for a girl. That's it.
Yeah, I had
That's it.
see
So
that.
I really
See that's
understand your
that's why Penitasia ate your card right there because you be
I am
snapping at people.
so. I am so. Hold on, let me shout this out real quick. Thank you so much for the stickers. Can you stop? You're being so hella disrespectful. You're being so disrespectful, and I'm trying my best.
Girl.
No, girl, nothing.
All right, I'm gone.
No, somebody's coming up here for you. Okay. So then she runs. She runs. Just like they all do. When you want to have a conversation, they run and they take off just because I can't with you guys. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Scott, I so appreciate you. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. She runs when you come up here to talk to her. I wasn't snapping my finger at her. I was snapping my finger as I was talking. It was not directed towards her. But you know what? If she's in her feelings, I can't help you. I can't help it. Now I'm gonna say this again. We're allies with Israel. Iran attacked Israel. Donald Trump has been asking for them to not continue their nuclear weapon program. Stop building these facilities. So here we are today. So if you're telling me that you're going to build a nuclear weapon and our intelligence says that, then that is an imminent threat. No, they didn't attack the United States first. I'm not saying that, but we already had conflicts with Iran. Let me bring up another person. So I really don't even understand that, but just by how fast you ran, as I was getting ready to explain it, that told me right now that sometimes people argue with me. And I'm not trying to turn up and talk to you guys like that. I want to keep it as peaceful as possible. But I feel that if I answer your question, you guys, let's move on to another question. I'm going on mute. Thank you so much, Scott, again. I appreciate you.
Well, the 504 girl.
She ran because she couldn't take the conversation.
Yeah, just as I was coming to explain this, because it's not simply just yes and no answers. So it's all connected. So what Trump has been doing is a masterclass, because what he's doing is he's taking his business approach and he's applying it to politics. So the first thing was
sticker real fast, because now if you're listening, I'm not mad at you. I'm sorry it escalated so fast, but you can't tie me down to a yes or no answer if it's not a yes or no answer. Because I'm gonna want to explain my answer. Thank you so much for the super sticker, real quick. I appreciate you. I didn't run. Don't start this. I'm not upset, fellow for a girl, but you have to let me. If you're asking me a question, and it's not a yes or no answer, because you're asking me, were they an imminent threat? And I'm trying to explain the threat, and I'm not saying that Iran was through a missile at the United States, but they have been attacking through proxy, and they have been. They're not a friend of the United States, so the threat would be the nuclear weapon. Okay. Some of you don't believe that they really were building nuclear weapons. That's your prerogative. That's your prerogative. I'm going to go by our intelligence, which is the best intelligence in the world. And we also, with our alliance with Israel, they're on the ground with their intelligence over there in Iran. That's what I was trying to explain to you. I'll go on mute. Thank you so much. Thank you, 504 girl. Still, you said no, but you didn't let me explain my answer, 504 girl. You want to just stick with, I asked you a question and I said no, as if they weren't a threat. And that's what got me upset, is because you're trying to twist my words. And I don't like people twisting my words. I don't like that. So if you want to get me angry, that's going to get me angry. Because you want to make it seem as if Iran is this peaceful country towards the United States. So you're taking that no and trying to run with it. And that's the only reason why you ran your arse off the panel. That's it. So if you can't take the heat, that's not my fault. Go ahead, you guys.
okay.
So said, thank you so much for the super sticker. Scott, thank you so much. Okay, I'm going on mute and I'm gonna drink my water.
Okay, so this is kind of a chain event. So what he actually did first, there's a real threat from Iran. Make no mistake about this. They are not capable as of yet quite to attack the US. But what people don't know is that if you send a rocket into a missile into the exosphere, it has the potential to travel much further. So they're getting closer and closer to being able to attack U.S. soil. So that is an imminent threat. Furthermore, Iran is preparing a nuclear strike on Israel, and after that, the Europe. And what Israel is doing, it's actually a stabilizing factor in the Middle East. But Trump started with taking Maduro and setting the Venezuelans free. That was one thing. And why is it a good thing? Well, because that Venezuela is going to get control over their own oil and their minerals, and the U.S. Can trade, and they're going to trade. This is not about stealing oil. U.S. has oil, so yes, the global markets will affect oil prices, but you're not running out of oil. You have enough oil in your under ground to produce oil. So Trump removed Maduro. And why is this important? Because the oil is going to Iran and to China. And the metals in the ground are extremely important for chip processes to produce. And right now, China is sitting on that market completely. And if China gets a hold of Taiwan, we're gonna pay. You and Europe are gonna pay overpriced for technology. So we're gonna fall behind. So moving on, Maduro is gone. Iran doesn't have the ability to trade with Venezuela. This affects Russia and this affects China. Why is that a good thing? Well, China cannot help Iran because Russia cannot help Iran because Russia's already fighting in Ukraine, and they don't have the capability to fight on two fronts. But Israel is the stabilizing factor. So why is the problem with Iran and their nuclear capability? Because the inspectors from the IAEA haven't been allowed to go in and check, and they haven't been allowed since 2020. So Trump was right to pull out of the nuclear agreement because Iran wasn't living up to that. Meanwhile, Iran has been producing drones and missiles very, very quickly, exactly to wage war against Israel and Europe also. So the trade agreement between the US and Europe and our friendship will destabilize the US. It will destabilize you. And if you think energy is expensive now, the gas prices are expensive now, you have not seen anything yet. I hope you trust me when I tell you this is gonna be a major fuck up. But this also affects China. And why is it beneficial to get control over Hormuz? It's to channel oil. See, the other states in the Middle East, they're not too affected by the Strait of Hormuz. They have other options to send their oil. Besides that, Trump made the Abraham Accords. the only country that hasn't fully signed up yet is Saudi Arabia. I hope you know what the trade, what the Abraham Accords are. It's a trade union.
Yeah,
And
but
if they,
you're leaving out something though. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you're leaving out something. You left out also the fact that Russia is a huge player in this as well, and
no,
they could back Iran, and that's
no,
an even.
no, 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 no,
I
no.
mean,
There is a,
China's one issue. Russia is a bigger issue
no,
when it comes to that.
no,
To be
no,
quite
no, no,
honest with
no,
you.
no, 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 no.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
true.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on, because at least with with China, we can somewhat negotiate. See, Trump thinks he had, and Trump has an even keel relationship with Putin right now. But we know that Putin is probably the most volatile person in charge
No,
of any type of
no,
yeah,
no,
he's
no,
volatile.
no,
He's
no,
much
no, no.
more volatile than the Chinese person.
Try
The
and
Chinese
listen to
clone.
me.
But
Please
go
try
ahead.
and listen to me. Please try.
No,
Listen,
go ahead.
there are none of these head of states are irrational leaders. This is not like this is not like
Hold your thought. Hold on. Can you turn your camera on backstage, or type in my
me,
chat so I can verify your account?
me.
Justin, no. Okay, thank you. I'm
Oh,
gonna
No,
put you up.
that's you.
When I tell somebody to turn their camera on, I'm talking backstage because they, Okay, undo your microphone and I'll bring you up. Okay. Let me go ahead and greet you. Hey. No, we gotta
I just want to get on here and correct Justin, bro. Justin, they've been helping. They've been helping Iran, bro.
Okay, let Justin
yeah,
finish his
but listen,
hold on,
please
girl.
listen.
Hold on, Justin. Let Justin finish his thought, and then you got the mic. And
All right.
then, okay, thank you.
Okay, so you're looking at Iran, Russia, like it's an irrational actor in all of this. She is not irrational. Putin is not irrational. Kim Jong Un is not irrational. Trump is not irrational. That's kind of the problem because common people are looking at this and saying this is chaos, and people, the leaders, are insane. It's not the facts. It's just wrong, and I should have corrected this a long time ago. But yes, Russia has cooperated with Iran on a lot of things, but primarily it has been on economics. The same with India, the same with China. This is not a military alliance; it's an economic alliance. It could turn into a military alliance, but it hasn't. And Russia has no part in this at all. They don't have the capabilities of anything. They're too occupied with fighting Russia, and they don't have the manpower. They certainly don't have the equipment anymore. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
because
just
of
not
the
possible.
Ukraine fight. That's because of Ukraine.
Yeah. But this is the perfect example of why Trump did this masterclass. Because if the Abraham Accords succeed, really succeed, and you get Saudi Arabia, well, this sends a signal to the whole Middle East that, well, Israel isn't our enemy anymore because we can trade with them. And the good thing about that is, well, until Russia went into Ukraine, two democratic countries had never waged war. So you're gonna have a trade agreement where everybody benefits, and they don't have to lose their identity. They don't have to lose their culture. And that's the most important thing. So when you do this with Iran and you finish the job and you set the Iranians free, get rid of that regime, the Iranians are free to be whoever they want to be. And the threat level is going to decrease. like you wouldn't believe. The Abraham Accords were the first things that Trump did. It was brilliant. He should have gotten a Nobel Prize for that. And you could say, well, he's preoccupied with his Nobel Prizes and whatnot. No, Trump is just a narcissist. But he's not a malignant narcissist. I've tried to say this before. He's not an irrational actor. None of these heads of states are. They're preoccupied with protecting territory, and they're preoccupied with economics so that people can be fed. Iran is in a whole lot of trouble because I think they have so much inflation that $1 is like 1.3 million rupee, or what it's called. They're in a whole lot of mess, and the regime in Iran cannot sustain this because people will take the streets. They're already mad. It's not just because they don't like the regime. It's because their economic power has deteriorated. So I hope you will take these things under consideration, because what's actually happening right now is a peace agreement that has never been done before. And the fact that Trump even got the countries to have a talk with Israel it's never happened before. So what you're gonna get is a reduction in hate. You're gonna annihilate these terror groups because they don't get the funding, and it puts pressure on China, and it puts pressure on the big BRICS. They won't have China won't be able, to do anything. If we say that this is the main driving force. So you're welcome. You're welcome to. We can have a discussion about this. I'm sorry, my mouth is very dry.
You finished, Justin, or you still going?
Excuse me.
I said, are you done?
Mm.
Oh, go ahead and
Yeah.
respond. What do you go
No,
by this? 3L Negro?
Russia
3L Negro?
been assisting Iran since the beginning of the war. You feel me? I don't know where you're getting your information from, or you feel me, but they been helping them. You feel me? And just because they fighting that Ukraine shit, that ain't. They don't have to put all their, you feel me, all their tools in that, so they can assist Iran. You
How?
feel me, against the U.S.
How?
They're doing it now. What you mean?
Yeah,
How?
no. You need to be
I
explicit
don't need to
and
be
precise.
nothing. At the end of the day, they can. They
And
can, and they're doing it. What you mean? Just
it's a
like how
rubbish
they
argument.
okay, and then another thing, another thing, being that being that we took responsibility for them girls getting unalive by that tomahawk, can we say that America doesn't have the right intel, or they're operating off of old intel?
If
Because
it's
how does a country such as America make that type of mistake twice?
are we talking the strikes in Iran?
And I'm talking about the school of girl. Yeah, that's right. You know what strike
Yeah,
I'm talking about? And we
yeah,
came
in
out on
Iran.
the internet, we came out on the news and claim responsibility for it. So
Yes,
yes, that's true. That's true.
yes.
That's not even fake or nothing like that. So what are we talking about, bro?
But
That's
this is
just
one
one
incident.
instance. That's one instance where we
Yeah,
messed up. That's
yes,
one instance where we messed up with our
yes.
intel. So you saying, oh, Trump got the right intel. Trump's doing the right thing. Nah, Trump, I don't even know. Trump don't even
No,
control
no,
this. You feel me? Trump is a puppet. He's getting
no,
told to
no, no,
do
no,
this.
no.
Okay,
Trump
let me
don't
tell you
run
real
nothing,
fast.
No,
bro.
no.
Trump don't
Oh,
run nothing. He answered the
this
phone.
argument
No,
If
let
is
you
me
on the
rubbish
other
and
side of that
exercising.
call, bro,
the
y'all
thing
think
is,
presidents run shit?
the
Presidents
thing
don't
is,
run
I
nothing, bro.
get. Hang on.
The
We can
president is another job, my
all talk at
G.
the
Come
same
on,
time. We
bro.
can all talk at the same time. I'm gonna say this because I feel that. So, do you guys not agree with what Justin was saying? I didn't really interrupt him because
Apparently not.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying apparently not.
Maybe not.
But listen, saying that.
The thing is, I'm not. Again, everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome to join the conversation. But some of y'all trying me calling Donald Trump a puppet now on a very conservative channel. Listen, Donald Trump. So I really, really want to focus on.
Ridiculous.
I was talking about the. I see your comment. Give me a second.
So he's not a public.
No,
No.
no. Listen, he's in complete control. But
He's in
the
complete
fact that, but
control,
he,
but he
yeah,
got
but
motherfuckers blackmailing him
Oh, okay,
and
but
holding
let's
stuff over
okay.
his
Let's talk about
head
the
so he
intelligence. So
don't say certain stuff and so he do what he's supposed to do.
you brought up the intelligence.
what?
So we have our intelligence is needed and it's necessary. And
It's
that's
It's
not
how
needed
I
and
infallible.
it's
feel.
necessary, but we bomb the
It's
school
not
of drugs
infallible.
with that same intelligence.
It's
With
not
that same
infallible.
intelligence. Our
So
intelligence sucks. Our intelligence sucks.
It's
that's
one
We're
ins
operating
it's
off of
one instance.
old
God,
intel.
guys.
It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
Off
guys,
old
my
intel. Come
God.
on, man. I need an
Yeah, but it's
update.
ridiculous.
We
Your
getting cyber
argument
attacks
is,
right now. We're getting hit with cyber attacks. Ain't nobody talking
of
about that,
course,
bro.
of
Iranians is
course.
Iranians is wrecking our stuff right now, bro. Come on, man.
But
Like keep it real. Like they don't fight how we fight. They fight technologically.
Okay, let me
You
answer a
feel me?
question.
you
I'm not
don't think
going
the
to
U.S. does that?
guys.
Are you
No,
So
kidding
guys.
me?
so all right, y'all better go ahead and grab all y'all money.
I'll go ahead and put y'all on mute because what I'm not going to do is fight with you guys to talk. So there was a question in the chat that I wanted to address, and now I can't remember the question. Somebody had mentioned something about when I'm done talking, and you guys can unmute your microphones, but let me get my thought out. Somebody in the chat mentioned something about us being boots on the ground in Iran. I can't find the comment. I'm not going to try to find the comment. I am worried about boots on the ground because over in Iran, they grow up fighting. And we don't know the terrain. We don't know. That I'm worried about. I'm not going to tell you guys I'm not worried about it. I believe in our intelligence, and Israel is important for their intelligence. And so, what I don't want to argue about if you guys like the United States intelligence or not. Okay, that's neither here nor there. We're in this war right now. I'm worried about boots on the ground, but we have a strong military as well. I just don't know about actually fighting them. What do you guys think about that?
It's gonna be BTA. We finna get our asses handed to us. And the reason why I say that, just like you said, we don't know the terrain. We don't know how long they've been training to fight, and they're built for this type of stuff. You feel me? Ain't no
I
telling.
agree with that. They're built for
They
this
could
kind of.
be walking into a trap. You feel me? Then what's gonna happen? Then it's gonna be another 10, 15 year war.
No. No, it's not going to be a
Yes.
tech. No, it's
Yes.
not. No,
Yes.
it's not. No, it has
Okay.
it has a backstop.
If the ground troops get annihilated, right?
What then?
They get so if they get annihilated, then that means another you gonna send some more people over there. You feel me? Not to
Yeah.
mention he just moved the
Well,
draft number to
Have a
42.
good night, guys.
but
So that means
this
you're
is
gonna have old niggas over there. He ain't gonna send the
but
best, he gonna send the
you're
old
you're
ones first.
you're comparing this to Iraq and to Afghanistan. This is nothing like Iraq or Afghanistan. You have a people that want to be set free, so you're going to get backing from the people. They're going to not just take to the
I
streets.
mean,
They want to overturn
everybody's
the
not
regime.
backing this idea though. Like
No,
you got
because
mixed
Europe is
emotions,
weak.
bro. You got mixed emotions. Everybody's not for this. You feel me? And then
Yeah, I know that.
you still got to deal with the replacement for the daddy that you killed.
That's what he's been doing. They're killing leaders. They're focusing on leaders. until they get a leader that is
Welcome to the
suited
new
for the
world
job.
order, y'all.
What?
That's all I gotta say. Welcome to the new world order, y'all watching Trump. Bring it in.
It's not new. This
Okay,
is
well,
what.
old world order. Old world
what
order. My bad.
well, it's the same world order, but with a focus on peace in the Middle East, and the U.S. is going to benefit from it like you wouldn't believe. And this is the problem, because you look at things and thinking this is isolated. No,
I
it's
don't
not
think it's
isolated.
isolated. I think it's bigger than what they're telling us.
And
Of
I'm trying
course,
to
it's
tell
bigger
you
than
what
what
it
they're
is.
telling us.
And I'm trying to tell you what the grand scheme is. And it's brilliant. It's really brilliant. Because you take out big actors, well, you don't take them out militarily, but you take them out by interest. There's no benefit for them to move forward. Right now, the US is dominant. Why? Because the reserve is in dollars. That gives you power. And yes, you are the world police. It's been been like that since the Second World War. And it's good for us, because in comparison, I would say that if we compare ourselves to every system out in the world, the Western system is by far the best.
Why are you
It's
coming up with that those away?
what?
Listen. Oh, nothing. I was talking into my phone. You guys, be
Yeah.
careful. So, Negro, I'm so sorry. I thought I was on mute, but Negro, it. I kind of think that some things I agree with, just not like food for thought, and a lot of things I just don't. I just feel that some things are a little, you know, misconstrued. That's just my opinion. But go ahead,
Yeah,
Justin.
a lot of stuff is misconstrued. It's a lot of misinformation, a lot
Yes.
of
And
so a lot
the
of people
media is not
gotta
here to help you. It's not here to make you feel safe in any way. They
I
want
mean,
to
at the end of
terrorize
the
you.
day, we're not safe regardless who's in power. You feel me? Like, regardless who's in power, bro, you gonna always have a problem. You feel me?
Every system
Somebody
is
gonna
going to
always
have a
have a
problem.
problem with whoever's in charge. You feel me? You're gonna have opposition. You feel me?
But he's actually. I understand the surface level of Trump. I understand why he's off-putting, really. And yes, he's a narcissist. But the important thing is he's not a malignant narcissist. He's actually two different people. He's Trump when he's, the president, but in private, he's completely different. A malignant narcissist would not do that. He's extremely loving within
Them
private.
drones is gonna be
Ah, come on. Come
I
on.
mean, bro, did you see how they took down two
Yes,
U.S. fighter
yes, and it
jets,
was
bro?
horrible. It was
All right,
horrible.
then. So imagine that on a bigger scale. You feel me? That was just two.
And you think that by not reacting now, and the possibilities to do something now, that you're
Yeah, you
doing
saw what happened.
the right thing.
They had to pause all motherfucking all operations just to find them guys. You feel me? So
I
they
I
ain't
I, I,
ready,
fe-
bro. They ain't
I
ready. He done
feel
bit
your
off more than he could
I,
chew. Plus,
I
they just released the whole video on accident exposing what the hell they trying to do. You feel me? And showing y'all that they don't care. And they talking about the American shit. We ain't talking about Denmark. You feel me? We talk about
what do you
the
mean?
healthcare over here. You feel me? Motherfuckers can't even go to the hospital right now. And that shit finna go up.
Yeah, but
You feel me? That
you
shit
pull
finna
the
go up.
things in that
Cost of
you
living
need
is going
some.
to go up because of this war. You feel me?
It's
The
pointless.
gas
This is
is going through the
pointless.
roof because of the
Yeah,
war.
and what the
You feel
fuck do
me?
you think's gonna happen when
And shit gonna get
when
worse. What you think? Shit ain't finna go down. Shit finna go up. The wealthy
yeah,
finna get
shit is
richer,
gonna go
and the
up
poor is
for
finna get poorer.
a
So you feel me?
uh,
That's what this is. This ain't got shit to do with with no
Yeah,
we finna
this is
overthrow
ridiculous.
everybody that we ever went to war with. Gaddafi. Reason why they did that shit to Gaddafi, because Gaddafi was coming up with his own freaking money. You feel me? Come on, bro. Like
And you think that there was a
this
better
machine
reason?
is
Are you ashamed?
for the greater good of the people. It's not. It's for the greater good of the system, not for the
No,
people.
come on, really,
It's to
really.
keep control. It's to keep control. To keep you under the
It's
illusion
partly, partly to keep
that
control.
everything is peachy. Ain't shit peachy out
You,
here,
you,
but
you,
I
yeah,
think
but you
ain't
have
shit
no
peachy out
idea
here,
of
man.
what would happen.
I think
This is the
that
problem. This is a monolithic thinking. This is so
This shit finna keep repeating
simple.
itself until we get it right, bro.
Yeah, so let's get it right. Let's get a deal between Israel,
I ain't trying to be on
Iran,
the wrong
and
side of history.
oh,
I ain't trying to be on the wrong side of history. You feel me, man?
you're on the wrong side of history. You just can't see it.
I'm on the
This
wrong
is
side of history by not supporting this nigga.
yeah.
So I'm supposed to be, oh yeah, Trump. Let's
No, I'm
support
not
Trump.
saying that. No, it's
Okay
not
then,
saying
so
that.
I'm
But
all right
let the
then.
man do his job and try not to be
I'm
against
not
him on
supposed to support him
everything.
doing bullshit, bro. Like if I see bullshit, I'm gonna call bullshit.
This
Like
wait,
is
y'all
what?
gotta
you're
watch
too
I'm gonna
simple
call
in your
bullshit,
thinking.
bro.
Whoa,
Like
No,
come
you're
on,
too
bro.
simple in
Like
your
what I look
thinking.
like, what I look like marching with a nigga that's doing.
Okay, you guys gotta watch the N words and the curse words so I can stay monetized. Chill.
Yeah, but
Uh,
this
I
is this
apologize.
discussion
I
is
apologize.
futile with
Thank
you.
you. It's just because my
Yeah,
no,
I'm
chat.
just
I don't
saying.
think anybody wants to see boots on the ground.
God.
I don't think anybody does.
No,
I think that would be a huge. It would be a huge gamble right now because boots to the ground. Nobody wants to see that.
Well,
no.
it's
The
already
But
only
you're
there.
over.
hold on. I didn't interrupt anybody else.
Sorry.
Now let's go back to the very beginning as far as why we're even in this. Iran has been a threat since 1979. Once the Shah was out of. Let's start there first and foremost. Okay, Iran indirectly has ties to 9/11 on top of everything else. They deal with Hamas just as much as Afghanistan, if not more. So they're always a threat. They weren't, and listen, I'm not, as everybody knows, I am not the biggest Trump supporter in the world. But that being said, something had to have been done because they weren't even going to let the inspectors in, which is why there was a strike through Iran. That's why this happened. And that's why the United States are there. So I hope that clears that up. Iran, there are certain countries, especially in the Middle East, that are always pretty much an imminent threat. And Iran is probably 1A on the list. And we have to protect our only ally really in the Middle East is Israel. So we have to protect Israel. If we don't protect Israel, then how can we expect for Israel to help the United States when we need them as we need them right now? So we have to be there for that. So let's clear all that up. I hope that clears up what happened in the beginning. I hope that.
Yeah, exactly what I've been saying.
But
So,
again,
so
nobody wants boots to the ground. Nobody wants
no,
that.
no.
But
If you can
unfortunately,
avoid
but
it, no.
the only thing that might help, and I know that's a different set of rules too, because Kuwait was totally different from Iran. But the Kuwaiti forces didn't want anything to do with the U.S. forces. They really did not. A lot of them, and again, I'm a veteran. I was there. I was literally there. So I'm not saying this. I'm not pulling this out of my what you know what. A lot of those guys didn't even want to fight. A lot of those guys, once we got there, they wanted us to feed them because they were pretty much starving. That's how low their morale is. Now that could happen here too, as far as the morale of the Iranis, because they want freedom. So we almost have to hope for that because they're in disarray right now as far as their leadership is concerned. So that in that aspect, that might help. I'm done.
Well, everything you have said has been true. The Iranians are the regime is desperate. Look how they try to retaliate. They bombed all the states, countries around them, as if this was as this was logical. Well, see, we're bombing you, but it's Israel and U.S. fault. Nobody bought that. So they miscalculated that. They're desperate. They don't have the ability to fight the U.S. They don't have the ability. And what Trump's doing is smart because he's going after leadership. Of course, he's attacking the military installations, but he's going after leadership. So that the Shah's son can be put in place as a temporary mediator. He already said
cut off the head. That's what you do. You cut off the head. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but it's a little more difficult with a regime that is so ideological possessed. So that's a little more difficult. But by killing the Ayatollah, the next Ayatollah, and so on, and move down the ranks, eventually someone's going to say, okay, we don't want this.
Hey, Joy Williams, how are you?
So it's perfect. It's a perfect timing what Trump did. Perfect timing. He exploited that Russia had so much conflict with Ukraine, was tearing up its military, both in personnel and armament. China is not. They don't want military conflicts. They're too preoccupied with their economy. So it's the perfect timing. India doesn't want it either. They just got out of what you call it, absolute pole. So this is logical, and yes, there are gonna be mistakes. There always will be civilian casualties in war, but the media is really good at turning up people's emotions. And that's what happened.
Has its own agenda. We know that. I mean, that's part of the problem with the media, and that's why I refer to the media as an acronym: most evil devil in America. Because instead of talking about the truth, they rather push an agenda, and that's not what's really needed. Now everybody's talking about and I understand that this has been going on for thousands of years in the Middle East, but this is not the same Israel. Trust me. Israel was much bigger than that. The Israel that we know right now has only been around since 1948. So let's be careful with that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And Israel has been continuously attacked.
Thank you, Chill, so much. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys that support my channel and that. Thank you, Chill. Big hugs to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so in effect, the U.S. is creating a partnership with Venezuela that weakens Iran and it weakens Russia. So that's the first thing. Then there's the nuclear part, and as a bonus, you can set a whole people free. And you're gonna when Saudi Arabia sees that, they're going to come to the table and they're going to sign that trade agreement. So this is a masterclass. But people think that Trump is irrational and he's doing this on purpose. That's the thing. He does this on purpose. So he doesn't mind that people hates you. He's there to do a job. And he's, yeah, you're going to hate
He's
me
going to
now.
play
You're
to
going
his
to
fan
really
base
hate me now.
also. Let's be fair. He's going to play to his fan base. And he's also going to accomplish what he needs to accomplish. You know what? He'll play in our faces as far as, listen, I'm this and I'm that. But at the end of the day, he knows what he wants to do, and he's going to do whatever it takes for him to accomplish it.
Yes, but do not be mistaken. He knows what he's doing. He knows that people hate him. He's relying on that.
For that. Like, that's what I mean. He's playing off it.
Yes,
He
because
plays to his fan. He plays to his fan base.
No.
No, he also plays to his fan base as well.
Maybe, that's fine, but that's not the issue, because foreign governments are looking at Trump and say, "Whoa, he's irrational, he's crazy. We don't know what to do with Trump." It's brilliant.
That's also how he's getting things accomplished, because he's looked at as a wild card.
Yes, so it's brilliant, and he's not preoccupied with what people think of him. He's just trying to do the job, and he's going to succeed. If you get Saudi Arabia to sign that the Abraham Accords, I'm going to smile, and he should get the Nobel Peace Prize. I know you hate me for this.
I'm not going to climb on that, man.
I expect people to hate me for that statement. I'm not looking to be hated, but this is rational. Where people see this as irrational, this is rational. This is what I do for a living.
Let's not hand him the prize yet. Let's see what happens first.
No. Of course not. He should have had it just for creating. No. I don't care if he gets the Peace Prize. I'm just saying this. No,
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, but this would be a major. Would be a game changer for the Middle East. You're going to be able to trade with the Middle East. You're going to have a whole different market. This benefits the US, it benefits Europe, and I hate Europe right now, even though I live there. We are so weak, really. We're so, we're a bunch of pussies that won't even come to US aid in Hormuz, and it's in our interest.
Well, the bigger culprit is Great Britain, who's supposed to have been our biggest ally, and they haven't been.
No, but if you look at the government, if you look at the government in the UK now, it's insane. They're so.
I don't like to stop my streams to address my chat because I'm not paying attention to the chat. I know that you guys have. I know that it gets a little tense in the chat, but it's better if I let you guys work out. Tell him not to disrespect your mom. I just let you guys, if you guys are conversing with each other, I'm not really paying attention to it. I allow you guys to have this conversation. That's why I don't get involved. What Trump said is welcome here. He's some people don't like him. He's very outspoken. 504 girl, and I have, y'all know how I feel about 504 girl. So please don't let me get in the middle of it. I don't want to. Good morning, Black Pro. 504 girl has her views. So you guys try to be respectful of each other, so that way I can get out of my chat. I never called him out his name. I didn't get into the middle. Once you guys start name calling, I just kind of ignored you guys. Y'all got it. But I'm gonna get out of my chat. Listen, these kind of conversations. Here's my thing. Obviously, I can show y'all how many times my channel gets flagged. So I appreciate you guys' donations and your support. The war in Iran is happening right now. We got people from the left and we got people from the right. We have people saying they don't like it, they don't understand our intelligence. I feel that there's a lot of confusion, a lot of misinformation out there. So I want to have this conversation. I do. I support the United States. I support what the United States is doing. I think it's a problem if we have boots on the ground. I'm afraid But we all know that when we're in war, there's going to be casualties. American people don't like that. They don't like the idea of war. But how do you protect the country? How do you protect the country if you don't go to war? That's my question for you guys.
Because the America is experiencing what you call imperial overload. You've been fighting in so many wars, and you're tired of people. You're losing your sons and your daughters, brothers and sisters, and this is understandable. Of course, it's understandable. You just got out of Afghanistan, even though that withdrawal was a catastrophe. I get it. This is what I do. You know, political science. This is right in line with what you know, politics describes. This is history kind of repeating itself, and history will keep repeating itself. But you can manage. You know, you can find other ways. And that's what Trump is doing with the Abraham Accords. It's so essential. But people look at this and say, we're bombing Iran. We have no place bombing another country, even though the population wants it. And they have. I've talked to so many Iranians that will sacrifice their people to get freedom. You would too. If you were held hostage like that, you would do it. You would want that too. You wouldn't care that you lost some family members. They're living horribly. They don't have money to feed themselves. They don't have money for electricity. So they're very motivated for this. So this is the chance to go in and help. And no, I don't like the thought of boots on the ground. But Trump has been calling out NATO continuously, and he should. And at some point in the near future, NATO will be forced.
Well, war is always a last resort. To be quite honest, it should always be a last resort. I won't say it. I'll rephrase that. War should be a last resort.
Of course,
should be. Now, unfortunately, some people don't feel that, but war should always be a last resort thing.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
That's why the negotiations are huge, because we don't want that. We don't want boots on the ground. We don't want further catastrophes. We don't want further losses of life. That would be catastrophic.
Yes.
We don't need another 10 years in somewhere else. We don't need that. We don't want to be tied up like Russia is with the Ukraine. That would be huge. We don't want that. So
that's not going to happen this time. Yeah, it's not going to happen this time, because as soon as Iran is set free, and the slightest signal that the people can take control of their own country, Saudi Arabia is going to look at this. They don't like Iran.
Well, Iran's not doing themselves any favors bombing their neighbors. So
no, exactly. So
that's actually playing into our hands as well, but that's another story.
No, well, it's a continuation. It's a signal that how desperate the regime is. They have no might. They took out the complete air force. They've taken out the navy, and you have some soldiers, 30, 50,000, and trust me when I say not all of them are prepared to fight the regime's fight. But they're so starved. It's 90% of Iranians that hate the regime and want to see them gone.
I know the Kuwaiti fighters. Once the war, they A lot of them came over to us. They wanted us to feed them. In fact, that was one of our jobs, was feeding the Iraqi soldiers because they were starving. They were literally starving, and they just gave up their weapons. And I mean, it was very interesting, very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. So you're going to have a large swath of Iranian soldiers who are not interested in this war. They weren't interested in it ideologically, and they certainly want to go home to their families and make sure that they're well fed. It was a beautiful place. Iran used to be a beautiful place, really a beautiful place. My grandma, God rest her soul, she really liked going to Iran, and she told me a lot of stories. This was like the pinnacle of a vacation, at least for Europe. And it's not anymore. It's a oppressed society. So what he's doing, you're gonna solve a whole lot of problems at once. But people see chaos. Nothing has been explained. Why one thing leads to another, why it's a good idea. And the first thing was to get Israel in the same room with Saudi Arabia, the United Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain, and so on. Just to get them in the same room was a miracle. And they actually made a trade agreement that actually holds. So you're gonna be so prosperous if you have a complete new market to trade with, and you're gonna have peace. And yes, it's horrible that a school filled with young girls, but notice here how the media portrays it as young girls. You know, this is to poke your sympathy, your empathy. It's on purpose. You should always listen to how the framing and the words that are used, because we're all being used as useful idiots.
Well, unfortunately, nothing is foolproof. So.
I'm so frustrated with you tonight, for real.
I hope this gives you just a little bit of helicopter perspective of this, and that these state leaders are not irrational, even though they, on surface level, look irrational. Trump is very smart on this, very smart. He's taken on a role, and people hate him. He knows he's a divisive figure, and he plays off on this because it sends a signal that the U.S. is so divided, and it is, but also on other metrics. But you're sending Putin doesn't know what to do with him, and when he says, "My good friend, Putin is a smart man, Kim Jong-un is a smart man," well, you don't go out and be harsh on people you're trying to deal with. This is a business approach to politics that no politician has really used before. This was exactly what the Americans wanted: pragmatism. So I hope that what I've told you today would at least be considered as a possibility. I'm done for now.
Okay. Thank you for that, Justin. I'm frustrated with you guys tonight. I'm not gonna lie. You guys really almost brought up the other side of MU, or I had to get a couple of you together. I'm gonna say this. I understand that emotions run high in these conversations, but I think if you get into it with somebody else in my chat, and I hate to take the time out of my chat to do this because I don't do members only streams or talks with my moderators, but I think that I know when I'm in another chat and in your I don't even want to do this right now because I try not to do. I came so far, you guys, where I don't even go off on you guys anymore. I come so far. If I get into a situation with another moderator, right, and I'm going back and forth with you, I don't time you out. I don't like when I'm censored. I won't censor you guys. I'll let you guys speak. And if I don't like what you're saying, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to ignore you. But I think that it's hard when you disagree with someone and then they block you and time you out. That's why I don't block my chat really, unless you guys are saying something that's going to get my channel demonetized. And I like to leave my chat in the hands of my moderators.
I don't think.
I say this with all due respect, and I'm treading lightly.
I don't think I made any.
Let me speak. I love all of you guys. I do. But you kind of know that I'm conservative. So some people that are on the left, they're going to get offended with my conservative. I'm not saying if I'm a Republican or Democrat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But sometimes they might say things that you guys don't like. And now I wasn't in chat, so I'm not defending anybody. I don't know. All I'm saying is, you guys try to be respectful over each other. Let's have a conversation. I can stop it back and forth if it's one-sided. Then I'm like, hey, chill with the moderator, chill. But once you guys start slinging mud back and forth, then I'm gonna kindly ignore your comments. I have a head mod in the chat. If my head mod is not interfering, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I have to trust his decision. I trust Doc's decision in the chat. So, with my moderator and somebody else, I love Power 4 Girl. Real Trump is welcome here. But as my channel is growing and as I'm going forward, you guys, I have to let you guys say things that even I don't like. And I listen to a lot. There's times where you guys will say something to me. Look at my community post. Y'all calling me out my name. That's not cool. That's not cool. Are y'all okay? And I can show you guys my emails, and all day you guys are telling me how much you don't like my views, how much you don't like Donald Trump. I hear it all day. So all I ask is that we stay respectful. But the moment you guys are getting into it with somebody else, you guys are two adults. I'm not going to get into it. If my head mod wants to stop the conversation, whatever, I'm going to leave that in his hands. He got it. Now, Justin, I think that a lot of things that you say is interesting. You have a really good way of breaking things down, and you're great with timelines. Damn it! I should have looked at the chat. I don't like hurt feelings, but you know what? Sometimes things happen. I have to respect 504's decision. I'll talk to you guys about that later. But you guys,
can I interject?
I want to know what hurts, what it is. So when I'm listening to someone, and you know how I feel about what's happening in this country, right? What's happening, and I'm hearing all these things. Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. I can't stand him. We have weak intelligence. I'm like, are y'all living in the United States? What country are you guys living in? This is well, I know that Justin's not living in the United States, but this is where we live. So for some of you, when you're speaking to me and you're saying things like Iran should win the war and the United States is weak, no other country. Why are you guys here? And I say that respectfully. I love this country. I support this country. I'm not saying that this country is perfect, but what I'm saying is that you can make it in this country in the good and bad. You're not going to go over to Israel and they're going to tell you how much they hate their country. You're not going to go to Iran and they're going to tell you how much they hate their country. They have pride for their country. And when I'm talking to some of you, I have to bite my tongue a lot. So why can't you guys do that in the chat if you don't like something that somebody says? Why not? I get it. Things are going to go left sometimes. Go left. Go figure. Go ahead, you guys.
So I just wanted to.
In the middle of it, you guys both were going back and forth. So I was just like, you know what? Let me back up. But on the other hand, though, once my mod goes in with you guys and they decide, like, hey, I'm gonna, and I don't catch every comment. I don't. Even in the small chat like this, I step out of it. When I go to somebody else's chat, don't nobody come to my rescue. I don't know if you guys see me in other people's chat. I don't know how many panels I used to get thrown off of because I went over there saying, hey, you know what? I disagree with you about Donald Trump. And they're kicking me off their panels. That's why I don't hit people's link anymore. And I started my own channel. But I have to let you guys speak. I can't censor you guys because then y'all going to be afraid to talk to me. And where do we go from there? I'm talking to you guys. I'm not playing my clips. I'm sitting here having a conversation because that's how things get resolved. You have a conversation about it, you reach an understanding, or you agree to disagree. But I'm not going to censor you guys unless you say something that can get my channel demonetized, and you're going to be blocked. But other than that, we're good. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to interject before Claude begins. I wanted to kind of defend myself a little bit because I make it a point not to make personal attacks. I know we got heated before, but I really called out what we need to be precise about something. You know, when you say, well, the intelligence got it wrong and they bombed the school with a lot of small girls. That's horrible, but you can be precise there. But when you say that Russia and Iran are working close together, well, yes, but on what? And we need to be a little bit precise. And he didn't want to be precise. He kind of waved it off like this was a nuisance because, well, it is just. Well, that's not very precise. That's not an argument you can work with.
What are you
So
saying?
that's what.
Hold on. Whoa. When did it? Whoa, stop. Russia and Iran have been working side by side for eons. You know that. You
Yes.
know that, Justin.
Yes,
Don't.
but they don't have reliable and workable military connection. It's an economic alliance with Iran, with Russia, with China, and with South Africa. It's an economic alliance that wants to destabilize the way of the West, and they want to
And that's also
exchange.
part of the reason why we're there.
Well, it's a side benefit. It's a side benefit.
But you're dismissing it like it's nothing.
Well, it's not as important as you.
I'm not saying that it's the main reason we're there, but it is a reason.
Well,
I didn't say it was the main reason. You made it sound like I'm saying that was the big reason why we're there.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. But it's a side effect, and it's kind of a monkey wrench into a system that hasn't been fully developed. But if it gets to develop and expand like the Chinese, Russians, the regime, and the South Africans want, well, then we're going to have a whole different problem. Because
and that's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, because we all need to protect the reserve, and that the reserve is the dollar. If the reserve becomes some other valuta, it's very difficult to foresee what the consequences will be. The US and Europe will no longer be able to put sanctions on anyone.
That's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I was trying to make.
Yes.
Now you get what I was trying to say.
Exactly. So you're going to have you have incremental steps here. So first Maduro, you had the Abraham Accords in his first term. You want to ensure that this goes through. You take out Maduro. You sure that oil can go back. The money can go from oil can go back to the Venezuelan people. You have a reliable trade partner that will help you with metals, gold, and other valuable important metals for chips processors. this technological what do you call it, guarantee is so important, because then we in the West won't be dominated by China. We would need to trade with China. So it kind of dissolves what the BRICS have been doing. At the same time, you're going to free the people, you're going to take care of the nuclear problem, and you're going to dissolve alliances between the regime and Russia and China and Venezuela, which already has been taken care of. So this is brilliant. It's just brilliant. But nobody wants to see it in that light. Because Trump, bad man. Bad man. And I understand he's divisive, really. But he's getting the job done. And I know feet on the ground in Iran is horrible, but it could be the case that it's necessary. But that would be a sacrifice for the greater good, immense greater good, on the scale as World War II, in that scale. But it's more subtle, so people don't see it, and the media just doesn't want to help portray this. And yes, Iran is very close to producing a nuclear missile, or at least a dirty bomb that can definitely reach Europe. But with more technology, better know-how, they can reach the US within a year, and that you don't want. Because in our Western society, they would set a dirty bomb or nuclear bomb into the exosphere or the thermosphere, and they don't care what they hit, because what they will rely on is the chaos, like they've been doing, by hitting the countries surrounding them. They don't care. They kill indiscriminately. Why do you think they fund terrorist cells in that scale they are doing? They don't care. They just want to see Israel dead, Europe dead, and the US dead. It's different. These people view life. They don't view life as they're looking for the afterlife. That whenever these people kill, they call home and brag about it. See, I just killed an infidel today.
Well, look at Iraq, how Saddam Hussein was bombing his own people with nerve gas. So that's an example as well.
Well, I think that was Syria, Assad. That was not. I don't think that was Saddam.
No,
but yes,
this was
he
back
attacked.
in the day. That was during the Iraq-Iran war. Saddam Hussein would gas his own people.
Yeah, the problem
that was a huge problem.
Yeah, but the bigger problem was taking out Saddam, because at least with Saddam there was a little bit control, because we took out Saddam, and what happened was a giant power vacuum, and all these small malicious tribes, they're going to fight for that power, and that's a whole different ballgame.
My friend outspoken savage.
Happy Easter, friend. Listen,
Happy Easter.
That's a lot. And I know this is off subject. This is so off subject, but I kind of threw a comment in the chat. I don't know. Did you guys see the workers that were fired at Chick-fil-A? You know the workers that were fired at the Chick-fil-A? Are y'all familiar with that?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh.
I really wanted to play it to lighten the mood, but I don't know if it will lighten the mood, so never mind. We got a little. I don't know if it'll lighten the mood, and I'm not used to sharing things off Instagram, but It's crazy that they're crying racism. Racism.
Let's look at that. I think people need a break from this very heavy subject. This is something that people
Let
can
me see if I can.
take
I don't
away
know
and think about.
if I do share, because I'm not used to sharing off Instagram. But I was looking at it and I'm like, what were they thinking? No, you hadn't heard about it? What? I want to show. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. The manager encouraged. I guess it was the manager encouraged him to do like this dance. You know that Chick-fil-A is a Christian company, and they're like doing this bounce dance. I almost did it for you, but then you guys are looking at me crazy. And a whole set. They all got fired. They all got fired, and I'm like, now, how are they calling it racist? How are they calling it racist? Where that was the most embarrassing video. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I mean, Chick-fil-A, they're not even open on Sundays because they're this Christian company. And I was just like, I was just thinking about it because I wanted to laugh a little bit because of how tense the conversation got. But if y'all haven't seen it, I'll play it for you. But anyways, it's crazy. Go back to what y'all talking about.
I haven't seen that.
It's not racist.
No, I haven't seen that.
You all do. If everybody does something dumb in a restaurant, I would say if it was a bunch of white people, you can't dance and do goofy stuff in a Chick-fil-A uniform. They didn't care if it was the whole staff. They fired everybody. They got rid of them. It was kind of.
You're not supposed to do that on company hours. I mean, that's just.
I don't know. Actually, that part of the story, I'm not sure if it was company hours. It might have been because they're in the restaurant. But the guy was speaking out about getting fired, and I was just like, what are you? I don't know if he was expecting sympathy. I don't know what the hell he was expecting. But anyways, yeah, I'll go ahead about what y'all was talking about. Maybe at the end of the stream, I'll find that video for you guys. But it was just funny to me because he was just like pleading his case, like they fired all of us. It's racist. You have to see it on top of Christy Nolan fired the pilot. What is this? Christy Nolan fired the pilot who.
That's funny.
That's for real. Okay, I needed to laugh. I was laughing off.
That was a pretty good one. That was
epic. Legendary.
I gotta fact check that. Did that really happen, Eric? Because Christy had a hell of a year. Damn, Bondi. I mean, damn. We lost 2 cabinet members within weeks of each other. Did that really happen? Let me look it up. I love you guys, Mommy. I want to laugh though. Dang it, got sense tonight. That happened? Outspoken. What's wrong with people?
Brilliant.
Well, I could ask you what's going on, but I don't know if I can ask it. Let me look up that story that Eric put in my chat. Did you hear about that fraud? Did you guys hear about it?
No, I didn't.
Trump said
I
it
have no
didn't
idea.
happen.
I have no idea.
Oh, Eric. Okay, let me find that. Okay, you guys go ahead for a second.
Was it Dr. Matt hadn't that was I had the discussion with argument? Hello?
It did happen? Really? I gotta look that one myself.
Yeah. So this was in February. Why would she do that?
Maybe that's why she got fired.
What's wrong with people?
Maybe because it's not so natural, you know, to leave pansies, you know, by themselves on a plane. Sounds like maybe she was kind of up to no good, and well, the pilot might have seen something he shouldn't, and yeah, that would be my guess. Okay.
Said the racism topic is boring to me. Not that it doesn't happen, but it's play damage. That was kind of my point where I kind of want to play. I was playing a video because it's a funny video. The guy does mention racism, but see, I hate when people do that, especially in cases like this, because it's like it wasn't racism. They happened to be all black. That made it worse. And if you look at the comments, though, the black people went on board. They were telling them not to call it racism because it's not racist. Y'all were stupid. You should have been fired. So nobody was going with the race card damage. So you don't even have to worry about that. It was just funny to me that he's like, it's racist. No, y'all were dumb. Y'all were dumb. And I think they thought because it was all of them, they couldn't fire the entire staff, but they all got kicked out. Okay, now this thing with Corey Lewandowski, they're saying that he was fired because they didn't transfer the items, but that's supposed to be the cover up because hold on, let me just read it verbatim. The pilot was reinstated because no one else was available to fly the party home. Yeah. Okay.
That's kind of stupid, you know. Well,
Hey,
I'm gonna
so
fire you. Oh, I have to get home too. Oops.
yeah, it was personal items. I'm so sorry. So that's okay. So let me read it. So it was. Let me just read it. So a U.S. Coast Guard pilot was reportedly fired after a mystery bag or personal item, variously reported in some rumors as a blanket. Some people say it was a weighted blanket, was left behind on the plane. And when Christie switched aircraft, her personal items was left on the plane. And so they said that she fired him because the Coast Guard did not personally transfer her belongings. I think that's a dumb reason to fire somebody because that's that's dumb. This man is a professional. But he was reinstated, and the controversy was reportedly, so the incident was reportedly a cover-up for a different embarrassing item or a bag that was left behind. So some people are saying blanket, some people are saying it was like her undies, and are just saying blanket because of the embarrassment. I think that Christy is another person that's had a tough year, and with the alleged affair and everything else, you know, people are gonna run with this story. I don't know what to say about it because I'm just not hearing about it. So I'm not gonna give commentary on it because I don't know. I don't know.
But it's still funny.
It is funny. But he's saying a blanket. I don't know what the personal item is, but I think that, you know, to fire someone over it is just why? Why? I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, Doc. You need I'm praying for you. You're definitely in my prayers. You're in my prayers.
Doc, if it was you I had the discussion with, I'm very sorry it got heated. I can't see the chat.
Whew, tonight was I feel like I got out of a battle, you guys. So in closing, I'm gonna say this. It doesn't seem as if this war's ending anytime soon. I am going to. That's true. Well, she didn't deny it, but I'm going to keep updating you guys. I'm going to keep praying for our country. I love this country, you guys. Y'all hear me say it a lot. Donald Trump is doing what the American people elected him to do. I don't believe the reports that majority of people are dissatisfied. People are just afraid to speak out because they know that if they speak out, they'll be canceled. Look at Nicki Minaj, who just said, hey, you know what? A girl changed her mind. I support the Trump administration. You can see what happened with Chili from TLC. I posted on my community wall if you don't know who she is. People wanting to cancel her because of her support over Donald Trump and donating money You see Nick Cannon, all he did was say that the Democratic Party started the KKK, which is not a lie. And people want to cancel Nick Cannon to the point that these celebrities are backtracking. So what I'm not going to do is backtrack and say, you know what? No, stand firm. The same way people can say that, hey, you know what? I'm a Democrat. I support whomever. Is the same way that a person that's Republican can say who they support. Because if it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of speech for all. And some of you, I love you guys, but you gotta control your feelings. Freedom of speech is for all, not just for the left. Stop silencing conservatives, putting them out to be racist, making it seem as if they're only for the wealthy. That's another story for another day. Stop calling them names like fascist and Hitler and those kind of things. Conservatives are just conservatives. They have traditional values. That's really what it is. It's really what it is. They were doing the nasty on the plane. What?
Mile High Club, I guess.
So, good night, Jerome, and thank you so much. Thank you for supporting me, Jerome, so much. Images are coming out about Chrissy's husband, and I know damage. I put that on my
Yeah,
page.
well, that one I do know about. That's special.
That's why I said she's had a tough year. So now, at first, I thought this has to be AI with her husband. At first, Claude, you're enjoying that, aren't you?
I saw some of those pictures. It was pretty. He looked like a fool. He looked like an absolute fool. What's so funny?
I think
That's
that,
brilliant.
like I said, she's had a tough year. She's had a tough year, and I thought I had a tough year. I didn't have a year like Christy. Let me see if I can find it.
It's been an intense year and a lot of movement.
She's had that with her husband. I'm trying to find those pictures for you guys. She's had yeah, it's been an intense year. She said that she was embarrassed by it. She did say that. Oh, I can't show the short. Yeah. But what do you guys think? And it sucks that when you Google your husband, then they start talking about like implants. Like I would feel bad about that. I would want to get that taken down. Claude, why are you laughing?
Because it's hilarious. It seemed like he was jealous. Like he wanted
Oh no.
he wanted a bigger chest than she had. I guess I don't know. Allegedly.
But the thing that I hate is how everybody ties it into like the Republicans. Like, oh, look at what you guys got going on. Because you know what? No one said, I don't know why people think that Republicans don't support the community. That's just not true. I say be who you are, but I'm still not calling a man a woman. I wish I could.
I think Republicans are a little better at shrugging things off and finding, humor in things. Because the world has moved pretty fast, and the U.S. has had a pretty intense year. And if you lose your funny bone, well, then it becomes a depression.
Yeah, I wanted to. Wait, let me look at the response. I wanted to
Person tells the Daily Mail that she's.
Guys. And they, of course, you see all the damn jokes, all the jokes about it's not AI. I hear you. They didn't have AI back then. Just my thoughts. I thought she went to bed. I thought Yeah, no, it's not AI. It's unfortunate, and I hate to listen to this darn news channel, but
The Republicans, well,
oh well. I just hate how Republicans are blamed for this. Hang on, guys. Let me grab this. And they all
I'm used to it.
will break. Okay. I don't know if you guys like her or not, but everything I stretch for educational for its purposes. Can y'all see my screen or no?
No.
But I can see it, but you're not present.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Okay, now it's good.
I could look far afield from all the names you just mentioned. What about Christy Noam, or more importantly, her husband? What a story. She, of course, is sacked as the head of Homeland Security, and he has got some explaining to do.
You're so big. It's a fetish. Like, explain to me, if you're a guy who's like, I understand enough from, living in this world that there are certain lanes of pornography you can be into, like whatever, some people like different races, some people like very large ladies. I don't get how like you're into the enormous breasts and you wear them. Wait. Cross over to, and we're both going to do it. Like enormous prosthetic breasts. Kayla Lemieux, Canadian shop teachers size, enormous breasts. And teeny tiny, what freaks me out about those Christy Noam photos, teeny tiny legs and teeny tiny waist and teeny tiny like crotch area, and like the hot pink like shorts and the bright blue super tight leggings showing off his rear end. Like, I take back all of my judgments on her affair with Corey Lewandowski. Obviously, this woman wasn't getting some at home. I don't know what's going on in that relationship, but very clearly, he needed to feel like she was in the presence of a man. And Corey Lewandowski is also married. I don't excuse it. I'm just saying, let me just leave it at this, Paul. If there's one rumor about Corey Lewandowski, it's that he's basically the opposite of this person. Okay, like no one's ever complained about Corey's abilities with a woman. I'm just going to leave it at that. And so,
She sounds intrigued. Allegedly.
All three of her kids are grown. The youngest is 23. The oldest is 31. Why are you still together? Why would you be married to a man with the fake? Now she's denying that she knew. To be honest,
Well, we can't blame her.
I just feel like I'd
want to deny it too.
Is that just something I tell myself I'd know because I too am a married woman? So no married person wants to believe this could happen to them and that they wouldn't know. But I think you'd know. Don't you think you'd know if your spouse had a habit of shoving enormous balloons in her dress or her pants, and then doing dirty talk on the internet about it? And it's just that on so many levels.
Yes, absolutely. Personally, I think it's also all karma, right? Because remember, Christy Noam is the woman who was this close to becoming Trump's vice president, and then it came out that she'd shot her dog. So I think it's all karma. I don't know why I did the hand gesture either. I apologise to everyone, especially those that are watching.
Oh.
Have it. All right, you guys. So on that note, I think you guys are hanging out with me. Not very conservative. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys feel like it's karma? I enjoy Megyn Kelly. I don't know if you guys like her, but you said not very conservative. But this is the thing though. He's not very conservative, but not all Republicans are conservative. And hey,
funny is funny.
He's in it's an embarrassing moment, but I think that Christy's had a couple with the scandal, with everything that's going on. She's had a tough year. Who doesn't know that I believe that people don't know if their husband is a little funny. Like I don't know, but it's embarrassing. I don't think that he cares. I think she cares. That's my thought on it. And Trump said he had no idea, and that had nothing to do with his reason for firing her. So it is
Maybe,
exactly what Trump said. Not all Republicans are conservative. People have to remember that. But I just got upset when people were saying, like, hey, look at MAGA now, stuff like that. Stop throwing everything on MAGA. Just stop. We don't want to hear it. This is a situation between her and her husband and the world now, because we all seen it. But there's Republicans that are part of the community. And it's
maybe she
ridiculous.
hasn't been home much.
Maybe she what?
Hasn't been home much.
Well, look at with the stuff on the plane, the bag, it's just a lot.
He's been frustrated.
What'd you say?
I said she was a little frustrated. So
I think they both kind of stepped out the marriage, and when you start then things get funny.
Yeah, he's a winner, isn't he? I just don't have a name for him too.
The question is, how did he let this stuff leak out? Now, from what I was reading, he's in this community. He's in this cross-dressing community, but I still don't know how it became public, though. I guess the guy, I can't remember exactly. I read the story a while ago when it came out, but anyways, it is funny. Let's talk about all the military generals being fired sometimes, right? What Trump said, right? So, you guys, I'm going to church in the morning with my son. We are going to do the whole Easter thing. I don't know if he's so into it, but that's what we're gonna do. So, you guys have a happy Easter. Have a good day. I'll be live at night. What's tomorrow? Sunday, so I got work in the morning. Not a fan of hers. Damage. It's been a lot with her. I think it's just been a lot. I'm not upset that she's not in office anymore, or wherever Trump says he's still using her. I don't see her being used, but I don't know, you guys. But I appreciate you guys. Scott, Real Trump, Chill. Thank you guys for supporting me. Just thank you guys. Listen, it was a little rough tonight. I'm not gonna lie. But are we still friends? I love you guys. I don't know if I before was still my friend after all that. But I'm gonna continue to report on the things that we see. It's tough to talk about things. It is. I'm gonna pray that y'all stop flagging my channel, and pray for the country. Let's not play dumb. We have issues that need to be and are being addressed. Facts. You guys have any final thoughts before I run out of here?
Well, happy Easter. I hope you have fun today and tomorrow. And best wishes from the other side of the world. And Claude, I just love that smile. Really, you have just really a beautiful smile. So, and apologies to Dr. Matt Hatton. He was the one I just had a heavy discussion with. I didn't mean to be rude. I hope I wasn't. Yeah.
It's nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care, good bro. Well, I'm getting ready to. As my uncle passed, so have to coordinate with my cousin, see how we're gonna handle that. I'm still taking care of my mother-in-law, so I have to coordinate with that. So it is what it is. Mike Tomlin for Raiders defensive coordinator. Mike Tomlin's not coming anywhere near a coaching job. He's gonna collect money from ESPN or ABC or Disney, but I digress. All those who celebrate Easter have a happy Easter. And thank you for everybody in the chat. And thank you once again, Misunderstood, for being the gracious host that you are.
Always. Always. Damage says I was well respected in my community was Nelson.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
Oh, I am so glad that
Sorry about
you
that.
are with a good woman now.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
You said I was well respected. Wow, the drug. Y'all know how I feel about the drug thing. That's very personal to me. Hopefully, it just messes up families. You know, messes up families. But I'm glad that you're doing well now. You're healthy. You sound happy, and that's that's awesome. Sorry about the affair, um, but I'm glad that you're doing well now. Thank you, damage. Let me pray, you
Hold a
guys.
good man down.
Praying for our country, praying for you guys, and I'm gonna continue to speak the truth. Just continue to speak the truth. Talk to Mr. Carruthers. All right, you
Oh,
guys.
you're so funny, Mr. Carruthers. I
What
tell
we
you.
do? It's already late where Justin is. So Justin, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for coming up, Quad. Thank you for coming up. And I will. I'm a Browns fan. I don't want Sanders as my quarterback.
You're doing, give him a chance. Jeez. Only his second year coming up. My goodness. You rather have what was your man, Johnny Manziel? How'd that work out? Jeez.
Amen.
Yes, he did. God sent him down to earth to fulfill his mission.
I could have, I should have, I should have, no, I must be tired because I was going to talk about, I should have been preaching, like,
What
I'm
is
tired.
so funny?
I don't know. I think I don't know. When I get sleepy, I get delirious a little bit. I get delirious, but I needed that laugh because with real Trump going in on my moderator and my moderator going in and wanting me to take her wrench and stuff like that, I'm like, whew. It got
So
heated.
I hope all that got cleared up. Right.
I don't get in the middle of it. All right, you guys, I'm gonna run. Have a blessed day as well, damage, and I'm out of here. Good morning.
Peace.